State of Vermont produces fine things like Vermont maple syrup, Cabot cheddar cheese, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, Bernie Sanders, Subarus on every corner, and WhistlePig. Subaru's not made in Vermont. You're right. And chances are neither is your WhistlePig. WhistlePig started somewhere approximately, I think they were a distillery about 2010. And they produced their first 10-year rye in 2015. So I didn't bring my calculator out here, but that math seems pretty simple that it doesn't exactly math. I've always been fascinated with WhistlePig. First, their marketing has been phenomenal since the day they were born. They tout themselves as an ultra premium rye brand, and they price themselves that way as well. But what always kills me, and this has happened many, many times, and it's literally happened to me in the liquor store today. I'm in there, I have this bottle in my hand, and a customer comes up to me, makes small talk, which is cool. I love talking in the aisle of a liquor store. And he goes, "Oh, WhistlePig, that stuff's made in Vermont." I got to take the bottle, and I flip it around, and I say, "Product of Canada." So, in all fairness, WhistlePig now is starting to grow and distill and bottle on the farm in Vermont. But that's not how they started. They sourced most of this stuff from Canada. And yes, touted it as Vermont whiskey. And that brings me into the labeling conversation. You know, within the food aisle, you see a lot of, all natural, organic, and I mean, what does most of this shit even mean? Same thing in here. They tout this as Vermont whiskey, and the only thing I got saying here is hand bottled on the WhistlePig farm. This is Canadian whiskey brought to Vermont to be bottled. This whiskey, however, is a blend. This actually has some true distilled Vermont whiskey, and it actually breaks it down in the back. So I applaud them for breaking it down here. So this one here particularly is 48% 6-year Canadian, 37 6-year Vermont, and also 15% 4-year Vermont. So they're a little bit more transparent on this bottle. Derek pours me this one tonight, and it's blind, so I don't know what I'm drinking. And he was unsure whether it was actual Vermont or Canadian. Well, after doing our homework, this is also a blend of Canadian and Vermont. We don't know the percentage of separation. So whenever people look at a label, the labeling can be very misleading. And the biggest example of that, to me, of all, even beyond this, and this is going to piss some people off, is the Woodford Double Oaked. This isn't a bourbon. Challenge me on that one. So tonight, I'm going to be tasting that for the first time. I think it's Derek's first time having it as well. Right now, I'm going to sample this right here because this is mostly made in Vermont. For the record, I personally don't give a damn where the juice comes from as long as it's good. But I think the transparency in the labeling could definitely be improved in the industry. Just my 2 cents. So let's get into tonight's video. Derek again is going to pull me a blind to this. I'll see if I like it. I'll see if I know what I'm drinking. We'll see how we score it. Welcome back and happy Tuesday. This week's selection is from Vermont. We're going to go with the Whistle Pig PiggyBack. 100% rye, 6-year age statement. It's 95.5 proof. I've had several Whistle Pig products. I haven't had this one before. I generally don't like heavy rye content, so we'll see what my response is to this one. For me, ryes tend to be quite spicy, but you never know until you try it. Relatively economical bottle at $45. Great, could you get Tom for me? Got a cameraman today. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. See, we got a studio audience today.
You got some assistance?
Yeah.
Tech support?
Tech support. Yeah. I don't know how that is for IT department over there, but hope nothing breaks today. So, how is it?
It's all right. It's good. This is a new one for me, too. I haven't had this before. I've had things around it.
Okay.
Things from this
So
distillery.
you've never had this?
Never had this one before.
You've had things from the distillery, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Interesting. So we've had good stuff?
My guess is you'll narrow down on this one pretty quick.
Okay.
Not necessarily maybe like the distillery, but you'll get pretty close pretty quick.
Okay. All right.
The last few have been lighter in character. I think you'll appreciate there should be some character here.
Okay. All right.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get a nose. Dive right in. Oh, yeah. It's warm.
Yes. Although the notes are softer than I anticipated.
Yeah, I'm getting a like a spicy nutmeg or something like that. Cinnamon apple.
I was expecting more though.
Yeah. I don't know where I am yet though.
No, for me, it's too subtle. I wouldn't be able to place it on just on the nose.
Yeah, I'm not in a region yet. Down the hatch.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, I got a region.
That's actually better than I anticipated.
Okay, you had low expectations here. All that nutmeg, cinnamon, just opened right up.
Yep.
Came to life on the palate and the finish. Without question. I am still getting a little bit of that, I'll stick with the apple, like a really light fruit.
Yeah, I would say after I've had a taste, I can definitely would go apple or pear. Like,
It's thin on the palate, but it pops on the finish.
see, I was just gonna say the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, for me the palate's like pretty flavorful, but then the finish is kind
So I
of
think it's
it
thin.
drops off quick.
So referencing more texture.
Yes, no, it's thin. It's got low viscosity for me, like very wet, very easy, like straight down the back of the throat kind of thing. But the initial flavors, I thought were pretty good, subtle but good. But as I swallow, the flavor profile for me drops off pretty quickly.
Well, I'm getting a spice linger.
I do get a spice linger.
Yeah, which is going to lead me to this. There's probably a little bit of youth and a little bit of proof. Would be my guess here. So this is probably not age stated. If it is, it's young.
Define young.
Well, for what I believe this is, I would say anything short of 4 years, maybe 5 years.
Okay.
Proof feels a little closer to 100.
Yep.
And two things. Not only am I getting it a little bit on the finish, that taste is lingering, which is an indication of proof. It's warming. It was warming on the nose.
Yep.
Indicator of proof. And it's the like I say, it lingering long enough, and feeling the spice. You've been doing a lot in the $50 range, so we're gonna hover in that market in the $40 to $50 range. Which I probably would have said anyway. Like I said, I'm getting a little bit of the youth here. But this is giving me rye indicators. So entry level ryes probably gonna comp out like either a Knob Creek rye or a Woodford rye, which I don't think I've even ever had the Woodford rye.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, you indicated that you've never had this.
I've never had this.
Or this particular bottle, but you've had something from the distillery.
Correct.
Yeah. So, I mean...
I've had things from all those distilleries.
You've had a shit ton from anything Knob Creek department. So, I'm trying to think of what other rye I could really comp this to. I mean, that's where I'm at. Entry level rye.
Yep.
As far as a scale or a rating, I'm gonna go 7.7, 7.7, 7.9.
That's better than a couple of the last ones that we've had, so that's good.
Well, this one's got a little bit more character.
It does. It got some good character to it.
Yeah. This one hangs on a palate a little bit longer. I brought this up on a couple of previous videos, but when the palate dissipates, you tend to overconsume it. I don't see somebody. I mean, anybody can overconsume anything, but
Just gotta try hard enough.
yeah, I don't see you overconsuming this as easily as some of the other stuff we've had, like that Crown Royal, for example. You could really overconsume that.
This is smoother than I anticipated.
Okay, so
I've had more expensive things from this distillery that were, I thought, harsher.
Really?
I think we've gone all around it. So you want to see the bottle?
Sure, let's go.
I mean, I'm going to give you the win here because you got everything but the distillery for the most part.
Okay. Oh, WhistlePig.
The WhistlePig.
Yeah.
6 years.
Yep.
95 proof.
Yep.
About $45.
Yep.
It's 100% rye.
Okay. Yep.
But compared to other rye bourbons I've had, this is smoother than a lot of those.
Yeah, well, I mean, WhistlePig makes a good product, a really great product. The knock on WhistlePig more than anything is the price point. You start getting into the 10-year whistles and the 12-year whistles and things of that nature. You really start.
Yeah. Well, this was not bad. This was like $45.
$45. Okay. So now the question is this their rye or is this still coming from Canada? Because WhistlePig, Vermont, started off bringing stuff from Canada.
From what I read, this was from the grains were grown on the farm in Vermont for this bottle.
I think you're right.
Just from the blurb they had on the website when I was investigating.
Yeah. But yeah, WhistlePig
there we go. That's a little rye afterburn.
Kicking in.
Yeah. It always gets me like kind of in the esophagus after a few sips.
Great selection, by the way. And I also have never had this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've had WhistlePig.
Yeah, same thing.
Right. I've never had this one. Now, ironically, they make a PiggyBack bourbon. I've had that.
Okay.
But I've never had this particular bottle here.
Well, I wanted to make sure we had a strong rye in the offering.
Yeah.
And I had something else in mind, couldn't find it. I ended up picking this up to fill the void.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and this is their entry-level rye.
Yeah. It's good. I'm very happy.
Yeah. But I mean, now that you've had this, I think you could see, what aging 4 more years, 6 more years can really do to this.
But for whatever reason, this rye does not give me that super cinnamony burn.
No, it really doesn't.
And I can't usually palate too much of that.
Yeah.
So a lot of things that are ryes, I'm skeptical of because like half the time I don't really appreciate them.
Yeah.
But this was good. I'm happy with the purchase.
Yeah, this was good. All right. I assume you're going to stick around because I'm going to pour you something this time.
Excellent. That's my favorite part.
And I might even let the IT department get involved too. We'll see.
All right.
But yeah.
Cheers.
Enjoy. We'll reset up. We'll see you in a minute.
Excellent.
It's actually better with this. Better the more you drink it.